It's finally time for spring and summer knits. It's been getting around the 50, 60-degree mark, which means that's officially summer in Wisconsin. I've already been going outside wearing dresses and skirts and short sleeves because now, to me, anything above like 72 degrees is just unbearable. So I'm gonna enjoy the weather while I can. I've been so excited to start my spring and summer knits that I've already kind of jumped the gun a little bit. But first, let me show you some yarn that I've picked up in the past couple weeks here to do some of these projects. I was out of town this weekend and I hit up Sunset Yarns, which is a local yarn store in Madison. I picked up this skein of Sarasota Cascade yarn. It's this lovely teal color and it's one of my favorite colors. This is so beautiful. This is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic, so this should be good for the summertime, but this will either be used to make some sort of tank top or bikini. I'm not quite sure yet what exactly I'll use it for, but something along those lines. Now, I also got a package from Hobby and got some yarn from there as well. The first thing I got was their cotton yarn in this lovely, almost like sunflower mustard yellow color. I already started working with this yarn. I really, really love it. I'll show you guys in a second what I'm working on here. But the other yarn that I got was this lace weight bamboo extra fine yarn. Originally, I bought this for a shawl pattern. I don't know if that pattern that I picked out before I bought this yarn is going to be the same pattern that I use, but some sort of shawl light blanket situation with lots of crochet lace work I think will be very pretty for the summer. You never know, this could also turn into like a very simple top, but we'll see. I think the color is just very neutral. And I love how shiny this yarn is. It has such a nice reflection in the light. I think this will be very cute for the summer. Okay, but on to the first project that I'm making. I'm making the Tight and True tank by Starcross Knits. This is a pattern that I originally found on Pinterest after trying to look for almost like peplum top patterns. There was this beautiful top at Nordstrom that I saw that was $200. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $200 for a top. So of course I had to make a cheaper alternative. Luckily, the same day, I found this beautiful pattern on Pinterest. Plus, now I get to make it in a fun, bright color, which is the yellow that I just showed. So let me show you my progress so far. Here is the top. I basically just got to the point where all of the pieces are connected, so the back and the two front pieces. So all of the armhole shaping is complete. Also, I just realized that I'm sitting on my yellow couch and this is like exactly the same color as this couch. But looking at the other people that made this pattern, I didn't really see anyone make it in this bright yellow color, so I thought it'd be fun for the summer. Plus, this is using cotton yarn, and so I'm hoping it's not going to be too warm for the summer. Normally, I do prefer working with wool, but the summertime is not going to cut it. I need something a bit lighter, a bit more breathable, something that's not going to trap in as much heat. But with that, let's keep working up this top. I feel like I actually don't find myself as excited to knit in the spring and summertime. I think part of the reason might be because I just do a lot of big projects in the wintertime, since I'm making really intricate sweaters, which they are my favorite thing to knit, like my favorite piece of garment to knit. I feel like I don't see too many summer or springtime knit patterns that I get excited to make. But for me, it's a good time to take a break from knitting and switch to crocheting, because for the summertime, I just feel like crochet work is so beautiful. And honestly, I feel like it's been a minute since I've crocheted anything. I can't really remember the last big crochet project I've made. So I'm excited at the prospect of making a light summer sweater, cover up, or shawl. Also, with daylight savings, I've just been super energetic recently. I find myself wanting to be outside more and doing things. So definitely going to bring my knitting more places outside. In fact, I think I really want to spend more time reading this summer. Just like with TV and movies, I can be really picky about what I read, but my neighbor actually recommended me an Emily Henry book, which I do follow a lot of book talk and book influencers. So I have heard of Emily Henry before, but this is my first time reading one of her books, and my neighbor let me borrow her copy of Funny Story. I actually have the book sitting right here next to me, and I've already almost gone through like halfway of this book, which, to be honest, for me is really crazy. I feel like it always takes me a minute to get invested into the characters and the story, but immediately with this one, I was really engaged and like couldn't put it down. I won't talk too much about the book, but I thought it would just be fun to tell you guys what I'm reading right now and to show you that I don't just knit all the time and I don't just always stay home all the time. Tomorrow I'm actually going to a gala with my roommate. It's kind of for a work event, but really it's just for fun. And tonight my roommate and I are gonna go and buy some nicer dresses because I'm pretty sure the dress code is at least like cocktail dresses, or I don't think it's black tie or anything, I hope. I don't have anything that nice, but it's for the Red Cross and I thought it would just be a really cool event to go to. Do I bring my knitting to this gala? To be honest, I'll probably bring it in a purse, but I'll be too shy to take it out. Okay, now that I'm almost done with this row, I think I'm gonna get some other tasks done and then I'll come back to you guys once I've completed more of this. Alright, it's much later in the night now. I'm just about to go to bed here. Let me show you guys what I've done so far. I'm trying to keep everything on the needles, not from slipping off. But I did the underbust decreases, which honestly are just decreases around the underarms. And then next, I'm going to work on basically the tube where the bows go through, but this project is working up pretty quickly, to be honest. So I'm excited to get some more progress done. I also want to show you guys what I bought for the gala tomorrow. So my roommate and I both chose these almost like satiny dresses. So I chose this green one, almost like a light avocado color, and it's a completely strapless dress, which I've never worn before, so I'm a little bit worried about any slippage, but there's a tie in the back, so honestly I think I'll be all right. And I was talking to my roommate because she has these beautiful heels that she's gonna wear, and I haven't really invested in a nice pair of heels before because I don't really enjoy wearing them. So instead I picked up these kind of shorter, I don't know if you'd necessarily call this a heel. I guess it has a heel on it, so it would be called a heel, but they're almost like the Mary Jane style shoe, which I really like, and I think it's so cute. I don't know if it necessarily goes with this dress, but I think in the long run I'll wear these a lot more than just this single event, so that's why I bought them, even if they don't necessarily go with the dress. But yeah, that was pretty much all of my day. I'm gonna go to bed now because it's quite late. Make sure I get my beauty sleep for this gala tomorrow. Hey guys, I didn't film it all today, but I did want to show you guys in the dress that I'm wearing to this gala, and I wanted to show you guys an update on the top because I have cut off for starting basically the row that has the ties in it. Now I'm working on this very simple I-cord edge. So if I do have enough room in my purse, I will bring this with, but we'll see because, well, really it's not my purse, it's my roommate's purse because I don't have a nice purse to wear with me. But yeah, this is going to a gala. Oh, I don't think I've also shown you guys this yet. So a couple weekends ago, my roommate and I got tattoos, and I got this little Set Spirit tattoo on my back. I don't know if you can see it, but he's just a little guy. So this is the first time that he's getting a little peek out, so can't cover him with my hair. We're gonna head out to the gala now. We'll see how much I can vlog whilst there.
What are you shooting for?
What am I looking for?
Yeah.
Pretty much one that I don't have. Yeah.
Alright. Oh, good luck.
Okay. Oh, I don't have this one.
Oh, come on!
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah, it's like a peacock. That's so cute. Oh.
We got the right rarity, the wrong card.
Okay, I finally have time to sit down after a very long weekend of just being out and about. With my boyfriend being in town and Mother's Day happening this weekend, there was just a lot of chaos. We were just mostly sitting around chatting for most of the time, so I was able to complete most of the top. So I'll show you what it looks like now. Here it is. I'm so happy with the yellow I chose. Now, let me just talk about some of the adjustments that I made for this top real quick. This pattern is wonderful because there are segments of it that allow you to customize the top to the shape of your body. So if you have a larger bust, then you can actually, continue working on the rows near your bust to completely cover them if need be, and the pattern adjusts to that. Same goes for the under bust ties and the waist ties. The pattern really emphasizes that you can add or decrease more rows, even if that means doing increases or decreases more often, or in some other cases less often, to achieve the shape and the look that you want. For me, really the only frustrating thing about this pattern was making the I-cords, and that's just because I don't like making I-cords very much. I really need to invest in some double pointed needles because doing I-cords with a circular needle is not fun, especially when all of your circular needles are very, very long. But regardless, we got through them, and honestly, they worked up pretty quick. So I really can't complain that much. I have a lot of ends here, but the bottom ruffle, so here you just do like an increase every other stitch and then work a couple rows. I made my ruffle a little bit shorter than I think the sample pattern does, but that's just more because of where it hits on my body, and I didn't want something that is too ruffly. I didn't want like a really big peplum top. And then you basically finish it off with an I-cord bind off. So pretty straightforward. And then last night I watched Conclave, and while I was doing that, I was working on the I-cord edge for the neckline. So you can kind of see here, I cleaned up the neckline a little bit. It's honestly easier to tell from the inside, but I cleaned up the neckline a little bit with that bind off, and it just makes it look a little cleaner, and I think it will be nice and flat once I block everything. But I'll need to do the same I-cord edging for the armholes, and then after that it's just really a matter of weaving in all of my ends and blocking, and I'll be done. So let's do that.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer
And with that, we are finally done with the top. All the finishing touches have been done. The last I-cord edges have been put on. The last ties have been sewn. And I've actually weaved all the ends in for this top. And here it is. It is so beautiful. I love this sunflower yellow color. The design is absolutely beautiful. I love how custom this top is, and I really got to shape it so that it best fits my proportions and my body. The ruffles at the bottom are just ruffly enough, And at the end of the day, I think this is going to be such a fantastic summer top to wear. I feel like it's been a while since I've had this much fun with a project, and everything about this project was just so wonderful. The pattern was well written, the yarn was fairly good quality, and the color is also just absolutely beautiful. So that's just another plus. I'll have to see if any of my friends want this top because I definitely am down to make this in like multiple colors. It's such a fast knit too. I think after coming out of the winter time, I forgot how long sweaters take to make, and this one took me, I want to say, about a week to make. And that's with pretty on and off knitting. Like this past weekend, I didn't knit as much as I would typically knit in a weekend, but I guess that's the good part of summer and spring coming around. With all these tank top patterns, they don't take as long. Yeah, but in total, I think this top cost me less than $40 to make. I'll put the total price of what it cost here with the pattern and the yarn. I'm honestly way happier with this top even than the one that I originally saw at Nordstrom for $200. And that's the great thing about making your own clothes, is you can customize it however you want to. With that, I'll end the video here. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at Leftover Dinner. I post a lot about food and knitting and crochet, obviously all the fiber art stuff. So if you're interested, check that out. The link is in my description. Also, feel free to subscribe and join my virtual craft club. And you'll especially want to stay tuned because I'm going to be making so many items for my closet this summer. Really need to ramp it up a bit. Anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!